Oh, just before I start this show, I get a wee bit spoilerific in this, man, you know, so spoiler warning going in, right, good. Let's go on with it. Ho ho ho! Welcome to Resident Evil Village 8 review. Now, what do you refer to it as? Do you call it RE Village? RE8 Village? 8? No one just calls it 8. Don't be a fucking idiot, okay? You twat-faced ass!
Mia! Mia. Oh, God. Chris? What the hell?
Sorry, Ethan.
No! What? Why?
Welcome to the Horny Game. The game's the whole marketing department was centred around a giant woman with a big arse and big tits. And then when you got the actual game, yeah, she was like the first boss, and then the rest of the game just sort of went, is that really all you've got? So, it's a bit strange. Lady Demetresk, very popular, not in the game a whole lot, I'm afraid. That was a mistake. Firmly believe that they had other marketing things to release, but they just didn't. What else have you got in the game, right? Horny things aside, what else have you got? Well, she's got 3 daughters that are made of flies, so if you find that nice, there's something fucking wrong with you. Then you've got Heisenberg, who is German, I believe, with an American/Canadian accent. And he's basically Magneto. Or Magneto. Jesus. And then you've got a fish guy who I can't really stand. Monroe, Jobero, Farto. And then you've got Donna Beneviento, who can control dolls. I don't get it. First section, Demetresk. In a big ornate mansion. Looks very much like the mansion from the first game. Seen a wee pattern here with these sort of like, they're almost like soft reboots. Almost. I like her section. You get the daughters to fight, which you have to fight them with cold. She's pretty cool, actually. Then you get these thralls that are very zombie-like. There's some really nice, creepy moments in that game. The biggest thing I've got with Resident Evil Village is it all feels like a theme park, right? It doesn't really feel you're in a real place, which is a bit of a shame, because I love the feel of the game. Sort of snowy and creepy, and you fight these werewolf things, and they're just sort of, that's just part of this new virus. They just make werewolves, and it starts off really well, and then just kind of runs out of steam about a quarter of the way into the halfway point. It just goes bleh, and we're like, jay. Again, the boss fights are pretty fun. I do enjoy them. This whole game is like thematically centred around Resident Evil 4. Or wanting another sort of soft reboot. So soft reboot 4. Make it feel a bit like 1. And then run out of steam halfway through the game. Which is a bit of a damn shame. I get sick of it after a while. There's also a mercenaries mode, but I don't really feel it suited the control scheme. It's a first person game. Yes, there's DLC for this as well, but it looked absolute shite. It was a rehash of the main story, only with a different character and some slightly different enemies. And there's a third person mode. I know the third person mode is not a free update. You have to buy the gold edition. So that can fuck off, but I've heard it's shite anyway, so wouldn't bother my bumhole with that. Why is this like RE4? Well, it follows very similar traits to RE4. It kinda looks like it is that European sort of edge to it. Romania, I believe you're in, somewhere like that. Some place very cold. Basically, Demetresk is Dracula and the 3 daughters are the 3 wives. Only that's... Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go doing her 3 wives. That would have been incest, I suppose. They're not her actual fucking daughters, right? But that's the way they've went with it. you've got an upgrade guy, you know, like the "what are you buying, what are you selling" fella. Well, now he's a big fat guy called Duke, and he can cook as well, and he cooks you meals that permanently increase your stats. So if you see animals lying around, shoot them and pick up their meat. You'll get poultry, chickens, you'll get fucking goats, boars, fish, all kinds of weird and wonderful shit. This game also has a photo mode. Yabba dabba doo! Hope RE9 has a photo mode, but I'm actually gonna doubt it at this point. So you go to the Duke and you'll get all your upgrades and sell all your wee trinkets. That's another thing. RE4 had like gems and tiaras and goblets you could just pick up to sell to make money. There's things like that in this. It's very much a rehash of Resident Evil 4. It's good though. Well, it's better than RE7, I'll put it that way. But like I say, halfway through the game, flatlines a wee bit. I do find the combat quite satisfying, especially when you're just popping heads. Popping them heads! Not a lot of weapons in this one either, actually. I didn't even talk about the weapons in 7 because there's only like 4. What have you got in this? You've got a handgun, you get several handguns actually. Magnum, shotgun, combat shotgun. Aye, it's all very kind of bog standard, really. The other sections, like the Beneviento house, it's good the first time. It's quite spooky the first time. Then on second playthrough, it's just a fucking complete bore because there's no combat, and, well, puzzles only work so far when they're not really all that fun. Dismantling a mannequin to find out wee bits to put in other wee bits, it doesn't have the same impact the second time round. So beware, there's like you're going to have to put up with at least a half hour to an hour of just trudgery. Especially if you haven't played it for a wee while and you forget what the actual puzzles are and you're like, fuck is these scissors? What's this all about? Die! And you fight a big stupid looking jelly baby. Like, again, scary the first time, second time it's just like going to get out of my way so I can get back to shooting zombies. And there are zombies in this game. They do burst out the ground like Night of the Living Dead. Pretty cool. I like it. What else? Then you get to Moreau's section, it's just all swamplands, more fucking trudgery, more ugh, just bleh. Then you get to a factory, which is, I actually like the factory, believe it or not. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean you like the factory? Well, it's very reminiscent of the labs in the old Resident Evil games. I know they're not the most well liked areas, but this one's quite dingy and creepy, and I just like it. Okay, fucking like it. Boss fights, like I said, pretty good actually. The Beneviento one's not very good. Like I said, that whole section's not very good after the first time. And yeah, it just sort of peters out at the end, and I'm like, what the fuck is this got to do with Resident Evil? Chris is in it. Chris is in the front cover of the game, but he's not the main character. Because they decided in all their infinite wisdom not to give Ethan Winters a fucking face. Speaking of faces, does Mia look weird in this game to anybody else? Or is it just me? She looks fucking weird in this game. I don't like it. I mean, it's not a bad model, it's just when you look at the previous game, which was set 2-3 years before, and you look at it now, you're like, what happened? Did you have some plastic surgery done? You bastard. You boot. Anyway, this game's no bad. There you go, no bad. Now we can go into Resident Evil Requiem and just hopefully be blown the fuck out the water. Back to what looks like an actual Resident Evil game, you know? Haven't had that in a while. Right, I'll see yous all later. Bye!
Wait.